There's the sound. There we go.
Welcome to the Indoor Tailgate. I am your host, Adam Geyer, here with the boys. We're zooming in today. We're doing our COVID precautions. Mike, it's been 2 weeks. How have your weeks been?
My weeks have been pretty good. It's been really productive. Getting a lot of stuff done. I've been back in school, so everything's been really busy. Yeah, so everything's been really busy. But other than that, I've been excited to get back to doing this, and I'm excited to be with you guys once again here.
Yeah, I've had a pretty decent week. So I've won. I made a lot of money back on my bets, and I can't be more happy about that.
Money is good.
Yep, I'm hoping for the Super Bowl. I got a lot of money on the Chiefs, so I'm kind of.
I mean, listen, I'm hoping they do it, but Brady's got a track record.
Yeah, he does.
Let's start off with the Super Bowl. We had Mahomes beat the Bills, came back from his concussion, looked good. He's got a couple weeks off. What are your expectations? What are your takeaways? What do you think in general about this Super Bowl?
I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna go one of two ways. It's either gonna be a shootout between both of them, or Kansas City is just going to completely steamroll the Bucks. I don't see the Bucks really taking over control against Kansas City at all this game.
Yeah. What about you, Mike?
I actually did choose the underdog here, which is the Bucks, which I'm not sure what the exact point differential is between them. I think maybe 3.5, something really small. But I did take the Bucks in like my little head itself. The only reason is because playoff Brady, as we've seen, just loves to get the job done. Sure, his last falter in New England showed that he can be stopped, which is a very big possibility. But I mean, the way he's been playing really well. He seems to be not only just like a field general, but actually making plays, like throwing the ball deep, which I haven't seen him do in a very long time on a consistent basis, which is nice to see of him, of course. So, and I think it's in Tampa this year, isn't it not?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so he's going to have
Super Bowl.
Yeah, so he's going to have home field advantage as it is, as well as be in the Super Bowl, which he's been here, what is it, now his 10th time, I believe? Or is it 9th? 9 or 10, somewhere around there. So it's going to be amazing. Yeah, I think it's his 10th because he's lost 3, 2 to the Giants and 1 to the Eagles, and then he won 6. So yeah, this is going to be his 10th time doing this damn rodeo of coming into the Super Bowl. I think he can get it done. That's why I have him going over the Chiefs.
Now, I want to get your guys' opinions. Watching the NFC Championship game, what was your thoughts of how Brady played? I know they won, but he had the 3 interceptions on I think 7 throws. He had 3 interceptions. Do you think that that's something to be concerned about going to the Super Bowl?
Not entirely. Two of his 3 picks were off of tip passes. Granted, the one was all him. He overthrew his receiver, and that was all him. But I think the other 2 were catchable balls that just got tipped, and he got unlucky. He just wasn't lucky with it. But what surprised me more than really just that itself was more so the Bucs defense and how easily they got to Aaron Rodgers. Pierre-Paul, he was a monster in New York and kind of fell off a little bit, and he kind of showed up again, that game. But then I also forgot about Ndamukong Suh. These two guys' name value alone are just ungodly, and we all know Ndamukong's had his own history with Rodgers in the past.
Yeah, and you should feel Barrett on the other side. That offensive front is crazy.
Yeah, but can their middle linebackers and their corners and their safeties, stay on top of Tyreek Hill and Kelsey at the same time when they run those long slants to just go right across the field? You can't stop them. You just can't. You can. Yeah, Mahomes will find Hill, Watkins even every single time, and he'll make these unnatural throws.
Yeah, Mike, do you think the defense for the Bucs can stop Mahomes in the offense?
In theory, yes, they can. We've seen before, Mahomes has been stoppable before, right? I mean, go back to the AFC Championship game back in 2018. He was stopped then, right? So, I mean, or 2019, whatever it was. He was stopped then, So there is definitely a possible way to stop him, like whether it be because, in my opinion, you have to double Tyreek Hill. You can't always double Kelsey. That's sometimes risky. You gotta be willing to take, which is gonna be really hard because Kelsey's like the leading tight end passing yards. I'm not passing yards, receiving yards this season, which is like pretty like it's like just have so many weapons on that team. Yes, it's gonna be a challenge, but do I think it's impossible? No, not necessarily. But I don't think it's gonna be a cakewalk for Tampa. I don't think it's gonna be a cakewalk for the Chiefs. So I think that in the end, I think what's gonna happen is that you're gonna have a really close game, no matter what.
Mahomes is just too good.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you do have a point there where Mahomes is an absolute phenomenal
He's
quarterback.
nasty. Part of me really wants to just not like him, but I'm just like, you're just way too good.
No, he's so much fun to watch play. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and although there are times where it's like I will root against them just because like I kind of want to see them lose every now and then.
Yeah,
And
I think he's going to get to the point of Brady where, he's there every year. As long as they can keep that team together.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they locked him up forever.
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to Brady and the offense. I think the way to beat the Chiefs is the way the Titans did 2 years ago, and it's to keep him off the field. They just ran the ball at Derrick Henry. They kept him off the field, and you got to score touchdowns. Field goals aren't going to do it against the Chiefs.
No,
as you saw with the Bills. So, it'll be interesting for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
So you have your money on the you have your money on the Chiefs and you have on the Bucks, Mike, right?
Well, yeah, money, quote unquote.
Yeah, I got the Chiefs money line. I got the Chiefs money line, and then I got like earlier in the season, like back in I think October, I put money on Kansas City to win again.
Yeah, I did that too.
I did that. But then I bet the coin tosses too. It's crazy. I was looking this up. So it's been in the Super Bowl, the coin flip's been tails 53% of the time. But what was crazy to me was that the technical home team of the Super Bowl has only won the coin flip twice.
Wow. That is crazy.
That's insane, right? So I took it to be tails, and I took for Kansas City to win. Of course, once I put money on it, it's not going to happen. So
yeah, I think my favorite time to bet is the Super Bowl. You have the coin flip, the length of the national anthem. They do what color the Gatorade's going to be that gets dumped on the coach.
Yeah.
I love all that, the weird bets.
I have a hunch for purple this time around, the Gatorade. Not gonna lie.
I think it's gonna be orange. I think it's
where's that
orange.
hunch come from?
Yeah, you're just thirsty.
You just like purple?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm colorblind. I don't even know what color my room is.
Well, it's purple.
Oh, sweet. I thought it was blue.
I don't know. I'm colorblind too.
Yep.
I won't tell you.
Thanks.
All right. So it came out that they're going to start bringing back the NCAA football game. I know I played it back on my Xbox 360. Are you guys excited for that coming out? What do you expect?
Yep. That's all I gotta say. Yep.
Yep. I know. I myself have never played the game before, but I mean, I'm excited to, perhaps, trying it out. I think the last time they put one out was NCAA 14, if I remember correctly. So
yeah, you really are.
Yeah. So, I mean, hey, who knows? I think it'd be good, but with troubling signs come up with certain companies that run the game, I mean, who knows what they're gonna do well? But I mean,
I just wonder if they're gonna let the players profit, like collect the check, so to speak. Because I mean, like the cover athletes for Madden, they get a little bit of money too. But since the NCAA is allowing players to profit off of their name and off their brand, I wonder if that's going to be the same thing with the game.
But are they putting their names in the game? Because I know last time, the last ones they didn't, obviously but are they going to start using players' names?
I would assume so. I mean, maybe it also, because I know even though the NCAA passed it, I know that the states have to agree to it too.
Yeah.
California, I think so far was the first and maybe the only one. I haven't really looked it up recently, but I know California definitely did it. I hope other schools do. I hope other states do. I think it's only
Yeah,
right that the
I
players can
love to see
profit.
those kids get their money. I think it's almost criminal.
LSU banned Odell because he was handing out a couple $100 bills to.
Yeah, well, that's different.
But
But
that's a bit different than making money off their name.
But it's like, how is that different than him sending like, oh, congratulations on winning, birthday card or something like that with like $300 in it? It's like,
well, yeah, that's one thing compared.
It's like you're just on camera doing it.
I think that would have been better.
Yeah, that would have been better than going to the facility,
still making money off of it anyway,
and making it rain on these college players. And
shut up, right? When you have the money, you can do it. All right, leave me alone.
Well, obviously not. You got fined.
Yeah, and he got like banned or something.
Yeah.
For like 2 years.
But I'm thinking like that's a lot of kids and how they're gonna work the pay. I feel like they'll probably just end up paying whoever the cover athlete is.
Yeah.
Because you have to have a cover athlete, unless they're gonna have like Nick Saban on the cover.
It's the NCAA logo, just on every single one.
I'm telling you, just Nick Saban or like the Alabama logo.
It's just like someone draws like a stick figure on like a piece of loose leaf paper. Someone takes a picture. Someone takes a picture.
Devonta Smith, and it's
just they take a picture of it. Like in the bottom corner, you see "shot on iPhone."
All right.
Apple's the only one that makes money from the cover.
I was gonna say though, if things go well though, my bad, don't mean to, but if things do go well with NCAA and people keep on liking it, perhaps they could start using somewhat a similar platform, but like use different things they may have used in that game to the new Madden games, because they've been struggling really, really hard lately, especially with Madden 21. The feedback on its release date was like,
here's the thing with Madden. Here's my issue with Madden, right? The storylines are pretty decent, right? And even the last one was pretty good. But what pissed me off is like you can't like continue your career after the story's over.
Yeah,
I played this one. Like they're like, all right, you're gonna retire now. I'm like, I don't want to. Like I'm like 30. Let me sling this ball a few more years. Let me go.
No, yeah, I wasn't a fan of. I'm never a fan of that mode. But
I like the yard. The yard is a good mode. I like that one.
Yeah, but what I think they used to do, and what I think you can do, is you do your college. I think you're allowed to upload your college player into Madden, and you can play career mode through that. Yeah, I know. I think they did that in 2014. I'm pretty sure. I think that'd be something that you. They may have
done that in Madden 20. I think they did something like that.
Yeah. Like I know, because I remember I made a guy from Notre Dame and I got drafted like first overall because I won the Heisman for 3 years. But
not to brag.
Subtle flex,
Yeah. I went first overall. I don't even remember who picked me. But
so long ago.
I'm over.
Too many championships.
Too many concussions. I don't remember playing at all.
You played for Dallas.
So I love seeing all the college kids that just got down. They're like, "Are you kidding me? Yeah. I wanted to be on it so bad, and now that I get drafted, I'm not gonna be able to be on it."
Imagine how much they could have profited from like Trevor Lawrence or Lamar Jackson being on the cover of these games.
Yeah,
Stupid.
Absolutely
stupid.
So this is gonna go a little off of what we've kind of prepared a little bit, but it is I believe it's Women's in Sports Day, either today or it was yesterday. Who are your guys' favorite women athletes to watch play and compete?
Sue Bird.
Fire. She's so good.
She's nasty.
What about you?
I don't know. Like there's my personal favorite of all time is just got to be Serena Williams.
I was gonna say if you don't think Serena Williams really pissed off. I love Serena.
Yeah. She's amazing. She shows intensity every single time, and she just absolutely a beauty. Just to, like watch like how she hits those tennis balls. It's so good how she does it. But like, holy crap!
Yeah, I think for her to be at the top of her game for as long as she has, and like to have a baby and then come back, and I think she won the Grand Slam, Grand Slam out of that. Like
Grand Salami.
it,
It's
it's definitely a
delicious.
testament to how good she is.
And not. I hope this doesn't like bring it down, but like Gigi Bryant, I think she would have been just absolutely insane to watch in
Oh yeah,
college.
hands down.
Even just seeing like the videos of her when she was like working out with Kobe and then like getting shots up is just insane.
Yeah,
She could have been something absolutely extraordinary.
I think
If
that's
I
what
could
made it
change,
so sad is
Yeah.
that she had so much potential, and I can only imagine what kind of coach. I think Kobe Bryant would have been an NBA coach within the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, and like, I don't think he really wanted to be in like an NBA coach. I think he loved because he had his own the sports academy. I think he just
Yeah,
loved doing that. But
and spending time with his family, obviously.
yeah, obviously.
But I would say probably one of mine is Alex Morgan.
Yeah,
Playing soccer my whole life, and I mean she's just beautiful. But besides
she's a
that,
beauty.
but she's probably one of my favorites to watch, hands down.
Yeah,
Um, the Notre Dame basketball team, the girls team that won the national championship, was a fun team to watch too.
Yeah, there were a few. I like watching like the women's like the All-Star game, like the All-Star breaks and all that they do.
Yeah,
Like a lot of that. Like I think that's got to get blown up even more. I mean, they should be making so much more money than what they are.
oh, 100%.
They do everything the guys in the NBA do, and they're getting just nothing.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many people, there's so many women in that league that I think could play in the NBA, and like you wouldn't even bat an eye. Like,
Brittany Griner would dog anybody in the NBA.
yeah,
like if I could see like Draymond go up against Brittany Griner, I would probably take Brittany Griner over.
or like what was it, Stewart that played at UConn?
Yeah.
She's gross, dude.
Yeah, nasty.
I'm telling you, she would probably be like a top 5 power forward in the league.
Yeah. These women, they just like there needs to be more press, on these games. Like these games need to be televised much more. Yeah. I have a it's in the laundry. I have a you've seen it. I have the WNBA hoodie, the orange one.
Yeah. All right. So let's stay in basketball. We're 2 weeks removed from the Harden trade. How have you thought he is fit? What do you think how that team is gelling together so far?
They suck at defense.
Like that is very true.
The defense is so bad.
You just see these games. It's horrible.
They're averaging like 120 points a game, but they're not blowing anybody out. Like they
they won 124 to 120, I think.
Yeah. Like I don't know. I mean, who needs defense when you have 3 scorers that can score at will? But
I mean, that was the thing when you traded away all those people, like you knew they weren't getting better on defense.
No.
I mean, James Harden, he can play defense, but he just doesn't.
Yeah.
Especially Jared Allen. I feel like Jared Allen was like a pretty, key piece to the defense right there. Like you see him, like he goes up, gets the rebounds or blocking shots and stuff like that. I mean, he was like really, really vital part to that defense. And I think that, trading them away definitely didn't do anything. You can even call it a detriment, if you will. And as you said, like but if you have a high enough powered offense, like you can still get things done. But that also doesn't help when the other team also has a higher powered offense. Like let's say they would go against someone like the Lakers or something like that. And I mean, like I could easily just see the Lakers just taking advantage of them every step of the way. And would the Nets offense be able to keep up with that? I don't know, because they don't have the same amount of chemistry as AD to LeBron. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know what? KD, in my opinion, is the best player in the league right now. I think hands down, he's the best player in the league. He is a pure shooter. He has shot over 50% from the field like the last 8 seasons. He's shooting 52% from the field now. Like I don't
coming off an
think.
ACL. Like,
Yeah, like coming off of an
Yeah,
ACL. I mean, the dude. Honestly, I was actually talking to a friend of mine yesterday about it, and we were like, if he can stay averaging like 30 points a game for the next like 7 years, like I did the math, and he stays healthy, like he would be at like 40,000 points if he retires after those 7 years if he keeps it up. Like I think people underestimate him, especially because of the move to Golden State. But when he got to Golden State, he was, I think, the best player in the league. His stats improved. He was better defensively, and I think he just all around just got better as a player. And then he became a champion out of it.
yeah.
You
I mean,
know?
I think it was the right move for his career. I mean, I think it took a lot of pressure off of him, which let him relax and become a better shooter and focus more on
Yeah.
defense. And I mean, because he didn't have to be the offensive guy, like he could have focused more on defense.
Yeah. And he
And
didn't have to carry, like, I don't want to say he carried Russ, but what was OKC doing after his move?
yeah,
They weren't
nothing.
doing much.
No,
And he couldn't, Russ couldn't fit well with Harden. Like I'm not trying to say Russ is the reason that was holding KD back. I mean, he was obviously a great player, rightfully so, averaging
I
a
think he
triple
was the
double.
reason holding Harden back because you saw him go to Houston and blow up to what he is now.
Yeah,
And I will say with this Harden trade, I think it's remarkable how, like, I wasn't expecting him to fit into the role that he is of, being the facilitator, him coming the whole thing saying, it's not about me scoring points. I've already led the league in
yeah,
scoring. It's about getting the W's now. And I think he's definitely taken the steps to make that team a championship contender.
yeah. The defense has to improve. I mean, Kyrie called himself out the other night, saying he couldn't guard a stick. Uh, KD is probably the best defender on that team. I
Yeah.
mean, as much as I love DeAndre Jordan, he is not the same defender that he was.
Oh, no.
They're not using him a lot, even. I mean, so, but like that's where to Mike's point, I think losing Jared Allen was a big issue. Obviously, Dinwiddie is out, so that when he gets back, hopefully they can find a starting role for him, even though I doubt it. You
Yeah.
know, but unless you put him at the 2 and move KD to the 4 and have Harden at the 3, but
Yeah. Well, they signed him on Shumpert, so
oh
problem
goody,
solved.
yeah.
Oh
Well,
wow, you know.
it's about as smart as the Lakers signing J.R. Smith for the playoffs.
Yeah. But all right. So Kyrie has obviously been going off this year, and so is Steph. So if you had to start a team today with one person, who would you start a team with?
Mike, I'll let you go first anytime I think.
Oh, really great. Okay. I'd still say Steph. I just think Steph is more talented in every facet of the way. He's a champion player. I mean, sure, Kyrie has got that championship too, but I mean, Steph is just on a whole another level, which I didn't really think that you could really. I wouldn't say you can't compare them. No, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, like, he's just always a 1 or 2 steps ahead of Kyrie in every facet of his game. I feel like he's a better shooter. He's a better defender. He's just better at driving into the paint. I mean, he's just better at everything. And I mean, when it comes to like points and stuff like that, I think that consistently, I just like my chances with Steph Curry than I do with Kyrie.
I do agree with you on some of it. I don't think Steph's a better defender than Kyrie. I think Kyrie's got a better defensive sided game than Steph does. Um, Kyrie, I like him better getting at the rim. I just think, Steph is just a better shooter. And when that's really what his game is just getting open and shoot. I think Kyrie's got better handles than Steph, I think.
See, that's where I disagree with you.
I had a feeling you would. I know you love Steph.
I, I mean, I would start my team with Steph, but I will agree that I think Kyrie is a better defender. I mean, you see him go night after night against the best player that whoever brings up the ball he's got. Where when you saw them play, Steph wasn't guarding Kyrie in those championship games. Like it was him guarding whoever the number 2 was, and Clay would guard Kyrie but I think Steph is smaller and he gets more steals because I feel like people just don't see him, and he's very good in space. Um, I think Steph has better handles than Kyrie, but I will say I think Kyrie is the best point guard finishing at the rim.
Yeah,
Without a doubt.
I think in terms of what a point guard has to do, I don't think you can really go wrong with either one of them. I may lean a little more towards Kyrie, just because I think I don't know. I think Steph has an issue with turnovers. Just from what I see, I don't know. I think he tries to get a little too flashy when he starts passing this, and he's got like 7 turnovers at halftime. But I don't know. I don't think
he's also got 30 points because he shot 10 threes in that half.
Yeah.
No, I think my thing with him is I think it all depends how you want to set your team up.
Yeah.
I think if you want your team to be a shooting team where they spread the floor, I think you have to go at Steph because I think you have to have someone out on him.
Yeah. And when Kyrie's in the right mindset and the headspace, he's a top 5 point guard in the league. And there's no question, there's really no debating. But what the moment Kyrie slips a little bit, it just kind of goes downhill, and I hate seeing that. But if Kyrie's in the right headspace, I might lean a little more towards Kyrie.
Yeah, and I mean, like Steph, I could definitely see you guys talking about how Kyrie has the better defense, and I actually I was very torn when you guys were asking this, so I was very torn between the defense. Definitely finishing at the rim, it can pretty much go either way. I think personally, I think Steph just does it really well.
I think Steph has gotten a lot better. I think in the last 2 to 3 years, he's closed the gap there. But I mean, you watch Kyrie and he does like reverse, just throws the ball up and it just goes in.
Just goes in.
Crazy circle shots that you're like, no way did he do that.
And Steph, I mean, I know it's something I'm like just bashing Steph, but like he's got like an injury history. Like his ankle has been constantly a thing year after year. Now it's his wrist. I don't know. Kyrie to me hasn't had much health issues, I guess, so to speak.
Is Kyrie younger by like a year or two, right?
Probably. I think Steph is 32.
Kyrie is 28 years old.
He's 28.
Yeah,
that's it.
He's not.
And Curry.
Basketball. Antonio Brown is so old.
No, but
and Steph Curry's 32.
Sorry, what was that, Mike?
Steph Curry is 32 years old.
Yeah, so they're 4 years. But as in Steph's defense, as Mike likes to say, they're overloading the camel. And
when did he say that? I saw that was the title of the podcast. I've never heard him say that. Maybe once.
I said it in the podcast
that he wanted everyone to start using.
Overloading the camel.
Yeah, listen, you got to listen back. It is it's his phrase that we will always use.
Jesus.
Going forward, right?
Can you imagine if Kyrie hasn't even entered his prime yet?
I think Kyrie's in his prime. I don't think he's getting
there. But like, can you imagine he just gets better after this?
Yeah,
I mean, at least, I mean, as I said, a lot of this were just 50-50, but I just thought that like almost it's not like necessarily resume wise, but just more like I think that Kyrie just has a little more to learn, which isn't bad. That's the reason why he's taught as a top 5 instead of a number 1 at the moment, is because he still has a little bit more things to learn.
I was gonna say Kyrie hasn't had the help, but he went to Boston and that team is loaded. How that team hasn't gone closer than they have is ridiculous.
I think Brad Stevens kind of ruined that team a little bit. I think the whole bringing Hayward back, starting right away, I think that had an issue with some chemistry.
Yeah,
because the team was lighting it up when you were starting with Tatum and Brown, and then I like Gordon Hayward, but ever since he left Utah, he just hasn't been the same kind of guy, because he never needed to be the guy, he was Utah for the time being.
Absolutely.
But the moment they got clearance to put Hayward in, he threw him right in. I think that ruined a lot of the chemistry with Boston. I think they could have gone farther with Hayward being a 6-man.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just, That's just me. I'm not a coach. What do I know?
So yeah, I wanted to get your opinion. What did you think of the sideline Karen that got thrown out heckling LeBron?
That
You know what's
was
funny? I've yet to see, like, I know there's a video. I've yet to like actually see it, but I see it all over Twitter.
Yeah, I haven't
I'm
seen it either.
like
yes. So
LeBron's like, yo, steroid ass, and then you see a picture of the guy, and I'm like, holy crap! Like the guy's, oh no,
it
my god,
was it was pretty much it was like these two women, right, were just on like, like front row seats, stuff like that, like right on the sideline, or not in the sideline, but like right behind it. And they were
Courtside.
just heckling the heck out of LeBron, which I found like hilarious. And LeBron got a little like, I wouldn't say up in his feels, but definitely didn't feel appreciated with that and started chirping back at her and actually caused a stoppage in the game, which I was like, really now? So I'm just like, all right. And then the refs were like, yeah, can we escort these two women out? And they both had to get
what were
kicked
you
out
gonna
of the.
say? What were you about to say? Because you stuttered. I want to know
I
exactly what you were about
wait.
to
What do you
say.
mean? What do you mean?
You're like these two little, and then you just pause, and you completely switch
Oh no
sides.
no 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 no! No. I could have sworn. Yeah, so these two women.
Gotcha.
That's nah. I'll have to listen to that back. I don't believe I started there, but no. But these two women were just like got kicked out. I'm just like, holy crap! Just for heckling, like like I didn't
Here,
expect that
here,
to happen.
here's the
But
thing. The NBA, I think, like every arena, just the NBA as a whole, has to do a better job at controlling the fans. I mean, Westbrook, I feel like every single season he's got some issue with a fan, whether it's in OKC or Utah or wherever.
Yeah.
Look, you paid a lot of money to sit courtside. I get it, but it doesn't give you the right to start heckling other players. And I'm
right,
not the big. I was, I've never been the biggest LeBron fan. I like him. I mean, he's on my team, obviously, but I give him credit because he gets heckled a lot, like a lot. Like you saw, like you remember when during the finals when that lady was like, "LeBron, how's it feel to be?" And she just goes on and on, and all he did was just sort of stare at her. And then there's a video of he was inbounding the ball on the sideline, and there's like the one lady going like this, and then now it's this whole thing. Like anybody else probably would have like gotten into a fight.
Yeah.
Like if it was like Westbrook or like Marcus Smart, maybe like they both would they both would have it probably could have came to shoving, but I don't know,
But
I give
I
LeBron
watched
a
the
lot of
video and
credit.
she was like, "Are you kidding me? You're gonna let a 25-year-old girl intimidate you? Like what a?" And she like, I had to censor it, but like I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah,
But
people are
that's the, I mean,
ruthless.
you get that all the time. Like everyone just go if they're sitting courtside, like you're gonna start chirping at
yeah, and like
It's just if you take it too far. Like obviously, I
yeah,
don't know what was said,
and
but
like look, and honestly, your old steroid ass, that's probably the least offensive thing LeBron could have
oh
said.
yeah,
you know, but it's like, and also, we're in a whole pandemic right now. It's a
yeah,
privilege to be sitting anywhere to watch a sporting event live in general.
yeah, absolutely.
Like you don't have to start chirping at everybody. Like you're paying to see these people play, and you're gonna start chirping at them, even if you're not a
I
fan of the
I
team.
always think it's funny because like if you heckled someone anywhere else, like if someone came to your job and started just heckling you at work, like it doesn't happen. But like just because he's playing a
I'm
basketball
like I'm
game,
like
he's like,
I'm
"Oh,
like
you
pulling up.
suck."
I'm pulling a pallet through the door. Because you suck.
I know
You can't
I know
guard me.
my grandmother could pull harder than you.
Yeah, I'm
"Oh, you
like,
lift
all
those
right.
boxes,
Like,
you're
okay.
stupid."
like congrats on your grandmother having a good,
Yeah, congrats on your bodybuilding grandma. I don't give a
They'd be like, "Mike, you answer that phone like an idiot."
shit. you you throw rice like a girl.
uh,
But yeah, so all right. Do you guys have anything else that you really want to speak about? Any other news that's been going on that we didn't touch on?
yes, of course, the Stafford and Goff trade that went on in the NFL. Big blockbuster trade, I think. However, I just want to ask you guys this: which team do you think benefited the most out of that trade?
None. Neither one of them. Neither one of them. I think if
I'm gonna say Detroit.
just because of their picks.
I think Goff is a serviceable quarterback. You know, I mean, the guy has to be a little good to at least get to the Super Bowl. I mean, they've made the playoffs, I think, every year since he's been the starter, which you can't say for other. I'm not saying he was the best quarterback in that class. I think we all know who I think is the best quarterback in that class. But I think
Carson Wentz.
Yeah, hands down. Hands down. The guy that got benched this year is definitely the best in that class. Not the one that's about to make $40 million, but that's besides the point.
For another team.
But no, I think that he's, a good quarterback. I think it's going to be, they're going to have to start using, if they think he's the guy, they're going to have to use those picks to get him weapons because you're going to probably lose Galladay, Marvin Jones. I think Swift is going to be good. I think Hawkinson went into his own this year. And I think when you get those kind of picks for a 33-year-old quarterback,
If either one of the teams was going to give up picks for either quarterback, I thought for sure Detroit would have given up some picks.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's really either team that won the trade. I think Stafford honestly benefits the most out of this whole thing.
100%.
You're finally getting out of Detroit. I mean, he's done everything for Detroit. It was what, last year, 2 years ago, he was putting up MVP numbers, then he got hurt.
Yeah.
And I think he's one of the most, underappreciated, underlooked at quarterbacks or players at all in this league.
I thought it was funny. Some guy on Twitter goes, how come they didn't do this for Barry Sanders or Calvin Johnson?
Yeah. Yeah. And he hasn't had any real receivers since Megatron.
Yeah.
So now he goes to LA, which it's a completely new scene. It's a new area for him. But he goes there with a disgusting defense.
Yeah.
And
weapons galore.
Yeah. I mean, with Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp, he's got people to throw to that are kind of already have a name for themselves in the league. Not to say that nobody in Detroit has a name for themselves, but they're still on the up and coming on it.
Can't make it his own.
Yeah, I mean,
definitely.
I was surprised that Detroit got the picks out of LA. I thought it was going to be the other way around for sure. Just given the fact that Goff did make it to the Super Bowl. And like you said, they've been to the playoffs every single year, at least. So I don't know, but I think Stafford himself wins the trade more than whether it's LA versus Detroit.
Well, I think it was more showing of they just gave Goff that deal, and just the amount of stuff you had to give up just to get rid of that contract.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the Rams haven't had the only first round pick they've had is Goff. Since then, they haven't had one, and they're not going to have one for 2 more years.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, I'm interested to see what Stafford can do now with guys to throw to. An offense that you don't just have to cover one guy on the field.
That's if he beats Warford for the job. You never know.
I mean, the Rams have put themselves in quite the sticky situation here where they now don't have a first-round draft pick in 2021, 2022, or 2023. And that 2021 actually came from the Jaguars from that Jalen Ramsey pickup. So that's still in play here. I mean, that's just crazy how, things have been turning out. It's just wow. I mean,
they've strapped themselves financially.
Yeah, but even Stafford said, I think it was Stafford. I don't think they really plan on keeping him through after his contract either.
Yeah.
They didn't sign an extension when he got there. That's all I know. That right now he's just playing on whatever he's left on his previous contract here.
2 more years, I think.
Yeah.
A little over 40 mil, I think, left. I mean, again, he was the highest paid quarterback in the league. At one point.
At a time. But I think my biggest takeaway from that whole trade was, if you got all that for Stafford, what is Deshaun Watson worth?
Yeah, that's another thing that hit my mind too. I'm like Houston's gonna be like, really?
A quarterback, 2 first picks.
Yeah, I'm like, we need at least like 4 first rounders for this guy.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, where do you think Watson might end up?
I actually have no idea. I mean, I don't think I know I was like saying that before. I genuinely do not think he's gonna go with the Jets. I don't think that's really gonna be a possibility. I mean, definitely it could be. I know I'm like speaking to any Jets fans, like any of their hearts, they might be like not hating. They're probably gonna be hating me right now. Trust
You're
me,
a
I'm
Jets
there
fan?
with you. Oh wow, yeah, right? No, but definitely. I mean, Miami, as you said, but do they really want to stop that? Do they really want to pull what the Arizona Cardinals did, where they like just got rid of Josh Rosen for Kyler Murray, who's been, doing that, or
I mean, I
some other,
would.
do Tua, who had a shaky rookie season, right, and for a proven star in Deshaun Watson. But can you keep up with this talent? Can you make sure the offensive line stays still? I think they could. I mean, he's definitely going to be. There's definitely going to be some good spots, some really nice spots for him to land at, and wherever he ends up, they just get make sure that team's just going to be an
I mean,
automatic upgrade.
the Jets have the most to offer. If there's gonna be a package together. The Jets is gonna be the where to go. And he said he wouldn't deny a trade there. So I mean, it's just depending on how much they want to give up.
Yeah,
Um,
but like if I was Houston, like what I really want, like because I'm sure like Sam Darnold's gonna have to be in that deal. Like I wouldn't want Sam Darnold.
no, I would. I mean, you don't have to have some. You get 4 first round picks. You have 2 the next. You can have both of them the next 2 years, or you can have them give you 4 first round picks for the next 4 years. Depending on you don't even have to throw Sam Darnold in there because you figure you can take 2 and draft Fields
Yeah,
or Wilson, whoever you fall in love with.
I thought what was funny too with this whole Stafford thing was he said anywhere but the Patriots.
Yeah, but I was gonna bring that up when you mentioned that one. Yeah, it's just
I'm
like,
like, so the Giants had a chance?
Yeah,
and we didn't call.
Yeah, I was like, no, we're so whatever.
but my buddy Craig, who I'm trying to see if he can get on, we're gonna see how the Zoom thing works. If he can get on here, he's a big Jets fan too, and he thinks that he's gonna get traded draft day.
Really?
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, can you imagine if he went to the Jaguars? Like if they just traded the first overall pick in that to Houston, like who
He has a
says
big
no?
face.
Who says no in that deal? You give
Man.
2 firsts, you give the number 1 overall pick and then a first next year, and maybe like a third or something.
Yeah.
And
I,
then you're giving the Texans can start over with Trevor Lawrence, and who knows?
Yeah.
But
I know Anthony's hoping for that Deshaun Saquon pipe dream he has over there, hoping that
Don't get me started, man.
the
Okay.
hype chain.
Yeah. I just hope it ain't gonna happen. It just
No,
it ain't gonna happen.
you're the one or the other.
Yeah, nobody wants Daniel
Yeah,
Jones.
I don't know. I don't know where he's gonna go. Something I read something that he might not even be going anywhere.
Yeah, I think I
It'll
saw it in a note.
I mean, the Houston Texans do not want to trade him, and I think Deshaun has all the leverage right now. I think he has a leverage because
Watch QB swap with Aaron Rodgers and Deshaun.
but Jordan loves the future.
fall in love with Jordan Love.
But also, there's a report teams are calling about Wentz, the best quarterback in that draft, as per Fabrizio. Fabrizio thinks that the best player in that draft is Wentz.
He's proved it every single game. He's the best player in the hospital bed.
Wow.
We all know he would have won that Super Bowl if it just wasn't made out of
Wonderful.
glass.
Wonderful.
I don't know.
You know,
What do you think about the rumors of Derek Carr getting traded?
Mariota.
I mean, Mariota did come in that one game. I forgot which one it was. Like, it came in for a little bit and helped them out. Like down the stretch. I mean, he played well.
He helped them out.
Well, there was a report of them trading him to Houston and getting Deshaun Watson.
Trading Carr.
trading Carr and picks to get Watson.
Can you imagine
I
they
mean-
traded both Carr and Mariota?
Maybe. I don't know. Gruden likes his quarterbacks too much. He'd be like, I'm not giving up 2 of them.
Only
can I
want to
run-
give up
how can I
one
run
of them.
Spider wide banana if I, if I
Spider-wide
don't have any
banana.
quarterbacks?
Is Gwen Stefani's the new coach? Spider Y B A N
A-N-A-N-A-S.
That's a terrible joke.
It was horrible. And on that note,
it was pretty bad. Yeah, that was the button for Mike, and
it got used on you. How do you feel?
yeah,
Brought your
Yeah.
ego down a pig there.
a little bit, you know.
All right. That'll do it for this week at the Indoor Tailgate. We will try to get back here next week and catch up and give us our takes on what's happening in the world of sports.
Yes, sir.
See you later.
Peace.